Hello students, good evening to all of you. So today we will discuss the remaining part of chapter 5, Principles of Inheritance and Variation. Here we will start from Mendel's laws of inheritance. We have already discussed some terminology in our previous class. So I told you about the Mendel had performed his experiment on the pea plant. So the question is why Mendel had choose pea plant for his experiment, right? So the answer is because pea is a self-pollinated plant and cross-pollinated pollination is also possible. I told you that pea flower is the cleistogamous flower, right? So pea is a self-pollinated plant and cross-pollination is also possible here. How cross-pollination is possible? You can easily, it's not that easy, but you can easily remove the anther or male part of the plant and uh, it's with your desirable pollen grains you can insert there, right? So because it has a short lifespan also, this is also the biggest reason. Can be grown in a small place. Obviously it don't need the large area for the growing of pea plant. Seeds easy to be handled, right? It is easy to be handled, it possesses, it's not as bigger, it's not as smaller, that's why, right? It possesses number of varieties shown. What is the meaning of varieties here? The varieties, I told you about the 7 characters which have taken by the Mendel. So the meaning of varieties is this here. So now let's come to see the monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross, it is clear by name. Mono means single, hybrid means hybrid, right? Means to say single character of hybridization takes place here in the monohybrid cross. It is an experiment performed by Mendel in which had mixed between two individuals who had homozygous genotype. Homozygous genotype, why we are saying homozygous genotype? Capital T and small t, it means capital T represent the tall variety of plant and small t represent dwarf variety of plant, right? One is tall, one is dwarf. So based on his observation on monohybrid crosses, Mendel proposed to general rules consolidate his understanding of inheritance in monohybrid crosses. These rules are called now the principles or laws of inheritance. Those two laws are there, law of dominance and law of segregation here. So firstly, you should know the monohybrid cross. That what is monohybrid cross? See student, what is monohybrid cross? Firstly, we will take the gamete of a pure gamete. Why? That's why we were talking about the homozygous. There should not be a heterozygous student. I hope you people are understanding the homozygous and heterozygous. Clear? If any problem, then text me. So capital T capital is a tall plant and small t is a dwarf plant, right? These both are homozygous. Here gametes, gamete formation takes place capital T and small t. It, after the mating cross के बाद that will make a capital T small t, see, right? These gametes are formed here, capital T small t, capital T small t. Two gametes are formed here. This is called F1 generation. They both have this is heterozygous, if you remember, right? Capital T small t here, capital T small t here, heterozygous gametes are there, and it represent its phenotype is tall, but genotype is capital T small t, capital T small t, and phenotype is both plants will be tall, right? They have a small t of gene, they have a dwarf variety of gene also, but they represent a dominant character of gene, that is capital T, right? So after the selfing in these two, capital T and capital T small t, after selfing it will make a these uh, organism in which we can see genotype, phenotype will be, see, capital T. If capital T is there, it means it will dominate over small t or dominate over dwarf gene, right? So here it will be tall, it is okay. here capital T small t, here dominant gene is present here, that's why it will be tall. No need, there is no representation of dwarf gene here. So here is, or here also capital T small t, right? But the varieties, the progeny will be long or tall. But here small t both are homozygous and recessive character of gene present here, so it will be dwarf. So here we will see that phenotypically there is 3:1 ratio. Tall is to dwarf ratio is 3:1, but when we will see the genotypically, genotype will be 1:2:1, right? Like 1 is the pure homozygous of tall, 2 is of it's not a pure it's a heterozygous but it represents tall to this, and 1 is the pure homozygous dwarf uh, genotype of the plant, right? See, in F1 generation, genotypically all have a capital T small t and phenotype they all are tall. But in F2 generation, they have a ratio of genotypic ratio will be 1:2:1 and phenotypic ratio will be 3:1. Hope you people are understanding. If you have any problem, please text me, call me, right? This is a parental generation. This is all about monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross because only one character is showing here. Only one character of hybridization takes place here. That's why this is called monohybrid cross, right? Later we will discuss about dihybrid cross. Clear? So please remember the genotype and phenotype ratio here. Now comes to the law of dominance. Characters are controlled by discrete units called factors. Listen students, on that time, at the time of Mendel had seen like something is there which is passes from one generation to the next generation. Today we will call them, today we called them gene, but at that time it will called as factors. Remember it, right? At the time of Mendel, those units are called as factors. Is it clear? So factors occur in pair. I told you genes are also occur in pair. You know. Hmm? So another similar pair of factors, one member of the pair dominates, that is dominant, and the other is recessive. You know, that is showing dominance are showing and recessive are not showing, right? So capital D represent dominant and small t represent recessive, I told you, and capital T small t represent hybrid. Clear? Where a phenotypically it will be a it will show the dominant character, but genotypically it will be a hybrid. So now comes to this is the second law he had given, that is law of segregation. So this law is based on the fact that alleles do not show any blending and that both the characters are recovered as such in the F2 generation, right? Though one of these is not seen at the F1 stage. What happens? But the parent contain two alleles during gamete formation. The factors for alleles of a pair segregate from each other such that a gamete receives only one of the two factors. Factor means gene, right? Listen, what happens in the law of segregation, what he wants to say about law of segregation, like he had seen in F1 generation, there is a tall varieties forming, like, right? In F2 generation, either either that will be tall or dwarf. There is not a mixing of gene or blending of gene present there, or blending of characters present there, either tall or dwarf. He had seen only this. That's why he had seen the law of segregation. Segregation, what is the meaning of segregation? It means the differentiation, right? Yeah, separation you can say. It's not a differentiation, it's a separation. Clear? So you can see homologous chromosome carrying capital T, homologous chromosome carrying small t. After the meiosis, pairing of homologous chromosome, capital T, small t. Segregation, gamete of capital T is here, gamete of small t is here. There is no mixing, there is no blending of genes or gamete are here, right? This is called law of segregation. Now comes to the incomplete dominance. Students